Welcome to another video where I share some valuable information and ideas about the forex market. For those who don't know me, my name is XAUUSD. So in today's video, we're gonna go into the weekly analysis of XAUUSD, US30, and GBPUSD. So without wasting any further time, let's go into the charts. So in this week's analysis, we're gonna start off with XAUUSD. So as we all know, that from the past week we've been seeing that XAUUSD has been trying to go into the upside. So we see here that we've had our correction here, or you can call it a downtrend. We've been having our downtrend there. I like to call it a correction because I'm looking in from the point of impulse, correction, and impulse. See, so it's nicer that way when you're calling it a correction instead of a downtrend. But anyways, so we see here that we've been on this downtrend or a correction, and then we see here that the market, what it did here is that it created a double bottom, right? And then after it did that, it impulsively went to the upside, and it corrected, and then it shot to the upside, meaning it breaking this area here, right? So meaning now the market has finally broke out the resistance. We can remove that one. So meaning that the market here has finally broke the resistance, and then now if you go down into the 4-hour time frame just to fix this up, because we have that. Okay, so you see now the resistance needs much more better here, because we're trying to draw it into the most recent price. Okay, so we can see that now the market has broken this resistance here. That now we see that the market, it went to the upside. So what are we anticipating for gold now? We're anticipating that gold, since it had an impulse move here, we anticipate that gold is gonna correct into the downside, and then after that we're gonna take our entries from here and try to push it up until it gets there. So from what I see here, I see actually two entries. So this is gonna be the first entry, right? First entry, or the first position, and then the break of this is also gonna be the second entry, but it's safely when it's here. So this is the safest one. So the first one there is what we call the risk entry, and then this one here, at least the risk here is reduced, but both of them is what I see on the market. So the first take profit might be this area here, then the second profit might be that area there. So as you all know, guys, I've been doing some analysis on XAUUSD. So if you haven't watched the previous videos, please make sure that you go into the previous videos so that you can get to understand why now the analysis now I'm just making so much quicker. And if you haven't watched the other videos, or if you haven't watched the previous video that I just uploaded where I speak about the difference about the market analysis and the entry triggers, make sure that you click it there on the description there. You're gonna see there's gonna be a link there. There's a link there on the description below there. Make sure that you click it and then you watch it, because it's going to be helpful for you to understand what is happening on the market. Because a lot of us guys here, we tend to do things that we don't even know. So a lot of us here are doing the charts, and then they want to trade on the market, but they just don't know what is happening on the market. So for this week, what are we anticipating for gold? We're anticipating that gold is gonna continue going long, but we're gonna wait for gold to correct first, and then once it's done correcting, then that's when we're gonna enter into the trade. So you can see here also, you can also see here it's happening here. See here it's already started here. So now gold has already started with the correction there, and then went upside. So we're gonna do the second one, then the third one, and then that's when you wanna safely buy into the market, right? Okay, so that's all for XAUUSD. So now let's jump on into GBPUSD. So now moving on to GBPUSD. So now looking at GBPUSD, we can see that here on our daily time frame here with an impulse move there, and then now we then had a correction, right? Then we had a correction there. Let me just try to draw it that way. Correction, and then now GBPUSD has broke that correction. Yes. So what are we anticipating now for GBPUSD? We're anticipating that GBPUSD is gonna push up until it gets there, right? So when it gets there, should it get here impulsively? So if it gets here impulsively, then you're gonna wait for the breakout and then the retest, and then that's when we're going to enter into our market, right? Because now what is going to happen is that it's going to break, and then when it's retesting, let me just remove that. So it's going to break, and then when it retests, that's when you want to enter, or GBPUSD might push, and then when it gets here, start to correct, right? And then that's when you want to take our short-term sells, right? That's when we're gonna take our short-term sells. That is, we're gonna sell until we get there, right? And then we're gonna see what happens after that, right? So for GBPUSD, I'm only gonna look for these two options. So if the market gets here impulsive, then that's when I'm gonna wait for it to break out and then enter on a retest. Then now if it gets here and then start correcting, then that's when I'm gonna sell until this area here. So I guess we're done for GBPUSD. So now let's jump on into the last analysis. So the last analysis, that is US30. So we can see that US30 has been buying, has been bullish for a longest time. So I'm just gonna quickly go into the 4-hour time frame and see what is happening. Okay, I can see here that we had some sort of an uptrend here. So I'm just gonna go to the 1-hour time frame and see what is happening. So I can just draw this area here, and then you can see here that US30 went to the impulsive move and then start correct, and then it went to the upside. So which is here, this is our area of a support, right? And then if I go to the 15 minutes, then I can see that here US30, it went to the upside, right? And then so once it got there, it was rejected here. You can see this huge rejection here, and then it went there to the upside again, creating what we call a double top there, right? Let me just fix that. So let's just see if I can make it better here. Yeah, so here on 5 minutes I can make it better, and then I can even make this one better though. I can even move this one closer here. So what are we waiting for now? So now Let me just make this shorter. Okay, so what I'm anticipating for for US30, sorry, I'm waiting for US30 to break either to the upside of that or to the downside of it. But looking at what is currently happening to the market, I'm seeing that the market is shooting to the downside. So as it shoots to its downside, if it starts to correct like that, then that's when we're gonna enter our buys up until we get there. So when it get there, should it break out and then start correcting, then that's when we wanna also enter another buy. But if US30 doesn't do that, if US30 chooses to push the downside, then break out and then start correcting to the upside, then that's when we wanna enter our sell. And then this is gonna be our profit right here, right? Okay, and I think it's much more safer this way. Yes, yeah. So that's all for this week's analysis. If there's anything that you would like to say, please make sure that you put it on the comment box. And then if you like the video, make sure that you hit that like button and also you subscribe so that you can be notified when another video gets uploaded. So thank you so much for watching until this very end and enjoy your weekend. Cheers.